Hi guys, I have a chatty haul video for you today. So I'm going to be talking about some books that I bought while I was on vacation in May. And I was concerned about not trying to not get books that were on the chunkier side so that they don't get damaged in the luggage. And so I ended up with some really cute little books and I want to share them with you. So I was visiting Prague and Berlin on my trip, and I think most of these I ended up getting in Berlin because I went to this really big bookstore there. I don't remember the name of it. I will put it up somewhere. And they had a really large English section with lots of different things, a lot of classics, which is, I think all of these are, yes, all of these are classics. And they just had a really good selection, so I had a lot of fun looking through. I spent many hours there. there was a day when we didn't have much planned, and so we actually ended up spending a few hours there, and I had a blast. And so I'm going to start with the smallest one. I think this is also the first one I picked up, and this is Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. I haven't read a lot of Shakespeare, to be honest with you. I own Hamlet and A Midsummer Night's Dream, and A Midsummer Night's Dream is the only one I've read. I read it, I think, last year, and I actually really enjoyed it. The copy I have has very helpful notes and things on one side of the page, and then the actual writing on the other side of the page, and that was actually really helpful. And so I'm feeling good about trying Hamlet next, which is the other one I own. Like I said, it's up there somewhere. And so when I saw this one, I mean, the cover is just beautiful, and I didn't really know what this was about, but it sounded so intriguing. It says, separated from her twin brother, Sebastian, after a shipwreck, Viola disguises herself as a boy to serve the Duke of Illyria. Wooing a countess on his behalf, she is stunned to find herself the object of his beloved's affections. With the arrival of Viola's brother and a trick played upon Malvolio, the countess's steward, confusion reigns in this romantic comedy of mistaken identity. Its gentle melancholy, enlivened by a comic subplot of considerable accomplishment, has long made the play a favorite with audiences. And that absolutely sold me. So this is now in my collection. I'm excited to try it. And I actually have some other of these library editions. That's following my cat on the scratcher. I have Agnes Grey and A Room of One's Own, and I think these are so beautiful. I like these shorter books in these editions because it is kind of a small format, and so I think it's easier if the books are not too long to read them in these editions. But I would love to get more of those eventually. So my next one I've already talked about in my May wrap-up, and it's Edith Wharton's Summer. I ended up reading this one while on vacation, and I really, really enjoyed it. I also fell in love with these cloth-bound editions in the little size. I saw so many of these. I wanted to buy so many of them. And I know these don't have the best reputation for longevity. I have some of the bigger ones, and I tried reading Wuthering Heights in one of the cloth-bound editions, and I didn't even pick it up that much, and the spine started to fade. So it's true, but I feel like these smaller ones might last better. And so Summer is about Charity Royale, who is a young woman who is adopted by a lawyer, and it's all about her coming of age. And hey guys, I feel like I didn't do the best job explaining the book here. So Summer is about Charity Royale, who is a young girl who was adopted by a lawyer, and she doesn't really know much about her background, except that it's not the best. She doesn't come from the best place, and she is now 17, and she is thinking about who she wants to be, how she wants to live her life, and what she wants to do. And she meets a young man whom she seems to be falling in love with. And this is Edith Wharton, so everything goes haywire. This is sold as a love story, and it is, but it definitely goes places that I didn't expect. So it was a fun one. Okay, so the next one is The Masque of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. And I was so excited when I saw this one because this is one of my favorite Edgar Allan Poe stories. I think it might have been the first one that I read in school, and something about the visuals that I got while I was reading it really stuck with me. And so, yeah, I was very excited when I saw it. And it has other short stories in here along with The Masque of the Red Death. There is The Fall of the House of Usher, The Black Cat, Ligeia, that might not be how you pronounce that, The Cask of Amontillado, The Pit and the Pendulum, and The Telltale Heart. So I'm really excited. Some of those I've read, some of those I haven't. And I just love having this beautiful little addition to add to my collection. I also have a big Barnes & Noble leather-bound collection of Edgar Allan Poe's work, but I just could not resist this little collection. The next one is another short story collection. This time it's Death in Venice by Thomas Mann. And I actually did not know about Thomas Mann at all until this year, after seeing Renee from The Left-Handed Reader talk about the Magic Mountain. And I saw the Magic Mountain in the bookshop in Berlin, and I was like, how perfect to buy some Thomas Mann in Berlin. But the book is chunky, and I was just too worried that it would get messed up in the luggage. And so I went with this instead, just a slimmer, a smaller book, you know. And yeah, so I can sample his writing this way first anyway, since, you know, bigger commitment to get the big tome. But yeah, so let's see. Death in Venice is a story of obsession. Gustav von Aschenbach, I am probably pronouncing that wrong, I am sorry, is a successful but aging writer who travels to Venice for a holiday. One day at dinner, Aschenbach notices an exceptionally beautiful young boy who is staying with his family in the same hotel. Soon his days begin to revolve around this boy, and he is too distracted to pay attention to the ominous rumors that have begun to circulate through the city. Ooh. So yeah, that's another one for my classics collection. And the last one is going to be Maurice by Ian Forster. And I already own A Room with the View and Howard's End. They're both up there. And so I've been interested in trying this one too. So when I saw it, I was like, well, I can just grab it and have the memory of having bought it on vacation. Yeah, so let's see. A Tale of Bravery and Defiance, this intensely personal novel was completed in 1914 but remained unpublished until after Forster's death in 1970. A founding work of modern gay literature, it tells the story of Maurice Hall, a privileged young man who finds himself increasingly attached to his own sex. Through Clive, whom he encounters at Cambridge, and through Alec, the gamekeeper on Clive's country estate, Maurice gradually experiences a profound emotional and sexual awakening. Maurice offers a powerful condemnation of the repressive attitudes of British society and is at once a moving love story and an intimate tale of one man's self-discovery. So it just sounds really beautiful, and I definitely want to get to it soon. And this might actually be a good pick if you're looking for a classic read for Pride Month. So yeah. All right, so that's it for the books I got, but I have a little bonus section for you guys too, because I would love to show you 2 art books I got. So the first one is this one, and this one is on the artist Gustav Klimt. He was Viennese, and he is most well known for his painting, The Kiss. You might recognize this painting. And I really like this book because it has a lot of information about his education and influences and his contemporaries and things like that. Not just his own work, and you know, just really cool information about him. along with pages and pages of his beautiful work. And I was just very impressed with it. So I was very glad to find that. Also, that gorgeous cover. Look at him with his cat. I love him. So yes, very glad to have found that. And then in Prague, we went to the Mucha Museum for Alphonse Mucha, who's one of my favorite artists. I love his work. He was a lithographer, but he made a lot of different things. He made pieces in the Art Nouveau style, which was a very intricately detailed style with lots of flower motifs and geometric shapes. He is probably most well known for his theater posters, like these. But my favorites are these, like muses. So they might be based on flowers or different motifs, but these ones were based on the seasons. Yeah, so I love the large format. He also designed a lot of different kind of objects and furniture and things. And so I love that all kinds of things are in here, not just the lithographies. It also has some of his paintings, which are really beautiful too. Yeah, so overall, just a great, great book. And the last thing is going to be this super cute tote. It's got lots of different classics on it. We've got Leaves of Grass, Oliver Twist, Hamlet, Moby Dick, Romeo and Juliet, and it's double-sided. We've got Jane Eyre, Pride and Prejudice, Little Women. Yeah, so I love buying stuff like that from bookstores. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a really good time talking to you about all these different books. Please let me know if you've read any of them, if you're interested in any of them. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.